There we are. Hello, everybody.
Hey, guys.
Hello, Jess, looking glamorous there in the sunshine.
Yep, I am. What did you say? Sorry, am I warm in the sunshine?
Glamorous.
Guys, it looks like I'm in like the middle of summer, but I'm actually just got some nice sunshine on my face. Yeah.
Oh, nothing better. Nothing better. Heartbeat is a bit chilly this morning, and I'm shivering. But I think I just need to pull myself towards myself and maybe just get a fan.
Give yourself a hug, love. Warm yourself up.
Yeah, exactly. Or do a second workout. We can get that going easily. Hi, guys. Let us know that you're here. Swipe in. Hi, Auntie Pat. Thank you for joining. Coach Sam in the house. All right, let's just get a few people coming in. But so long, I'll introduce kind of what we're going to do. So today is going to be a very relaxed kind of chat, kind of conversation about what Jess and I have experienced with regards to our eating backgrounds, kind of what we've gone through and how we've grown through the process, and kind of what we've learned through the process of letting go of control, of letting go of our own ideas of what we should eat, how our body should look, and getting rid of the mental craziness that we drove ourselves to with regards to our eating and different ways that we went down an eating path, I suppose. Right, Jess?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And also, I suppose, like you said, just sort of reframing the way that you look at food and what you're using food for, actually, what food's meant to be used for, and how, I guess, in a way, we've used it and overused it for our emotional issues that we didn't really understand. You know, you've got to times.
Oh, I lost you there for a second. Are you there? Okay, we seem to have lost sound with Jess, but I'll just carry on while she figures out what's going on there. Hi, Nandi. Thank you for joining. I think it is such an important topic and it is so valuable. And as I've been on this journey and as I continue to grow as a coach and kind of grow as a person, it's amazing that I have become more open about sharing my experience. I always love that I am an open book when it comes to what I've been through. As most of you know, I'm in recovery for alcoholism, and it's nothing that I'm ashamed of. It's nothing that I have to hide behind. It's something that if I can share my story and someone resonates with that, then I've done my job as a human, but also as a coach is showing that I'm a human and I've been through stuff and I've got through it. Just to give my clients a bit of a push, or a little bit of a reassurance that, you know, it's not the end all and the be all. There's more to life, and it's tough, but you can get through it. Are you back, Jess? Can you hear me? Can we hear you?
I'm back.
Yes,
Can you hear me? I don't know what the issue is. I'm sorry. This whole, I mean, I've had anyways, I'm back, yes. And Lol, I completely agree with you in terms of not being ashamed of what you've been through, what we've been through, to talk about it and make others aware of the fact that what you're going through, you're not alone. Trust me, guys, do you know how many people and friends that I've spoken to about, because I'm an overeater, and the fact that they don't even realize that maybe their mindsets and the way they're eating is not healthy, and they're not aware. So to talk about it and just discuss, and there's no guilt and shame in having an issue with eating. Often people go to food when they've got emotional issues and they can't really understand what's going on the inside.
100%. And I think what's so amazing is, as we've connected and we've come bestest of friends, is that we are on two totally different aspects of our eating. Whereas I went to the complete restrictive bulimia, anorexia, and I tried to make myself into a shape that I couldn't be genetically. I did the quick fix diets, I did the purging, I did the I can't eat for 3 days, I did everything possible to shrink myself to a size that was actually unattainable for the body that I've been given. Whereas Jess, as you said, you were overeating, you went to food as a comfort. And I suppose where I come from with the eating disorder or the disordered eating with the bulimia and anorexia is I underate because I thought that that's how I was going to lose weight quickly. And I thought that's how I would get to the ideal body shape or the ideal, what social media or what the gossip magazines put out there as the ideal body shape. And I remember, like, if I look back and I think for me, being able to go 3 days without eating was a massive accomplishment. And I would get to the end of the 3 days and I'd be like, yes, well done, Lauren. Whereas it's just the mentality behind it and the sanity behind it just wasn't there. I didn't see how much I was damaging my body, and especially with the the binge eating and then purging, I didn't realize how much damage I was actually doing to my body and the mentality and the emotion behind that. I don't know if you can explain kind of how your thinking went with your overeating and how you found comfort in that.
Yeah, so I've been trying to think about, like, where did it come from? Where did it start? I mean, I went to an all-girls boarding school, and there's so many, issues there already because girls comparing themselves with each other. But I mean, I just never really, nothing fazed me. And then when I got to varsity, I fell into I fell into a bad depression and anxiety, and I didn't know how to deal with what was going on inside of me. I had such a low self-confidence after some comments some guy made, and I didn't know how to deal with that I was filling this emptiness with food. It became my friend. It never judged me. It made me happy. If I was sad, anything that I didn't know, where there was no judgment there. And so I could do it on my own. I could do it in secret, and I could still be happy. And it was so comforting, and it was my go-to. And I mean, there are times where, people say that they eat to the point where they don't know if they full or not, but you just carry on going because you're so out of control in the other aspects of your life that you're trying to control something else. And that's where it comes in. And that's why I think, like we spoke about the other day, you need to educate. We need to sort of break that cycle and educate others about food and the importance of it, and not to use it as a reward or as a punishment. Like you said, 3 days without food, for you celebrated, but your poor body was being punished.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's what I learned quickly on, is getting into recovery with alcoholism and realizing that was my way of controlling. Like, I had a traumatic experience happen when I was a young girl, 9 years old, and I couldn't control that. It happened. I had no control over what happened. And in treatment, I kind of learned that was my way, or forming an eating disorder and bulimia and anorexia was my way of controlling. I was able to control what I put into my body. I was able to control what I put out of my body. I was able to keep tabs. And I think that's what was hit home for me, is that I had to have some form of control. And that went into exercise as well. I became hectically obsessed with exercise. I seem to remember when I was 14, I would do copious amounts of sit-ups before I went to bed. I mean, if 1,000 that's where I was at. I was doing 1,000 before I went to bed every night. I was so obsessed with controlling what I could and how I could keep it in tuned, and I could keep myself focused, and I could keep myself not feeling, to be honest. And I think that's what really woke me up as in treatment, is that I was numbing myself with the idea that I needed to be a certain way. And with food, I would binge. I mean, a loaf of bread, easy, gone within seconds. And then obviously I'd purge, but it was this comfort, maximum comfort, then it was guilt, and then it was, okay, I need to remove this.
And then that cycle.
Yeah, that vicious cycle. And I'll be honest, when I came into recovery, it was tough to not binge and then not remove it, because it was so ingrained in me. I mean, it was 12, 13 years of proper in and out of eating disorders and disordered eating. But it was amazing to get to that point where if I ate or overate as I thought I was, that I could get to that point where I'm like, okay, I'm full and this is okay. It's nourishing my body. It's feeding me. It's looking after me. It's fueling my workouts. You know, I didn't feel obsessive about it. I knew that it was doing me good instead of having that bad connotation of this food's not good for me and I must get rid of it now.
Yeah. So I can't. What you said is just hit the nail on the head. Because I also obviously went into a clinic for my eating disorder and also my drug use, and I actually don't think I was as aware of how bad my eating disorder was. I mean, until I sat with a nutritionist and a therapist and went through the fact that I was hiding food in my car and then making excuses to go to my car so that I could eat and then not have anyone see it. So anyways, you know, in working with them, they educated me in that food, like you say, is there to nourish your body. And it's not to say that we can't actually eat. You can have your sweets and you can have things, but it's in moderation and how much of what you're having. And like I ate everything in the clinic, but everything was portion control. And in that, I learned to love food again and learn that, like you say, it's there to nourish you. And if you're exercising, guys, you have to eat, because cars can't run. This is like a day old. I mean, everyone uses this sort of, I don't know, example. A car cannot run without petrol. Your body cannot run without food. And you're not going to go and put diesel in a petrol car. So you're not going to stuff yourself with ugly foods and foods that are going to make you feel terrible, sluggish, and overeat. You've got to find that balance. And that's also where mindfulness comes into play, because to be mindful about what you're eating and how much you're eating is also very important, I think.
Exactly. And I think, like, as you say here, is fueling your body, and you're not gonna put petrol in a diesel car. Like, it's going to blow up. And that's what happens. You know, you're putting in the wrong foods. Your body's not going to react as it should and as you're hoping for it to. But it's also that guilt. And I think that was a big part of my eating when I came into recovery out of the disordered eating, was the guilt that if I had a slice of cake, I'd be like, oh my word, like what do I do now? Where do I go? What happens? Where does this cake go? And it was that mentality of, I can eat cake and it's all right. You know, if I want a bag of sour jelly,
freeing.
It's so freeing. It's so freeing. And I'm hooked on sour jelly beans. Like, if anyone knows me, they know that sour jelly beans are the way to my heart. And I remember eating my first bag of sour jelly beans and the packet sitting there, and I looked at it and I was like, I'm okay. Like, I'm not going to explode. I'm not going to vanish into thin air. I'm okay. I've just eaten this bag of jelly beans, but you know what? I enjoyed it. I'm happy. I'm not shriveling away. I'm not dying. And just that food freedom, I think it was so incredible. And as you need to fuel your body, guys. For so many years, I didn't eat. I tried to limit as much as I could. I restricted my calories, my carbs. I cut out everything that was possible. Survived on soup diets, fad diets. You know, we've all been there. We've done it. But without the nutrients,
and you become so grumpy and like.
Sure, I'm so grumpy if I don't have my carbs. I'm so grumpy, like. But it's fueling your body for the workout. And I think that's what's been so amazing about Jeff and being a part of the program. We were both on the one-on-one coaching program before we got into the coaching 100%. And I miss sending my food pics because it gave me accountability. It showed me what I was putting onto my plate and what I was putting into my body. And I love that everything is for you. Everything's tailored to you. You know what portions you need. You know what's good for you. You know what needs to be put into your body to ensure that you can do your workout 100%. I mean, 5-6 years ago, I'd never be able to do the workouts I'm doing now with the way that I was eating, the way that I was drinking. For one, I would not be working out. There would be no chance. Lauren would not be surviving that workout whatsoever. But it's fueling your body so that you can do it.
And you can't work to your... Sorry.
Go.
Interrupted you there so rudely. But I just wanted to say, like, it's not sustainable. And, you know, working out and exercise is the cherry on the top. And in getting strong and in getting fit and in getting toned, if you want to be able to push yourself to the best of your ability, you've got to have that energy and the fuel from your food. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
100%. 100%. And like, I'm going to go now completely a bit off topic, but scales. Let's talk about the number on the floor. I used to base my worth on that number on the scale. And I clearly remember, now this is insanity, and I'm going to be very honest and open here because I was not very sane back in the day. But I remember being 15 years old and I wanted to weigh 44 kgs. That was my target. And I was going to get there whether hell, high water, whatever, I was going to get to that target. And I look back now and I'm like,
that's crazy.
One, you would never be able to do that because of your body shape and your height and everything that doesn't work. But I allowed the scale to dictate my worth. So if I put on 200 grams, I'm not good enough, I'm done, I've failed. And then I would binge and then the cycle would begin again. So yes, the scale is there to serve a purpose. It allows you to kind of gauge where you're at, but it's a number on the floor. And in all honesty, now I'm doing series 45-day challenge and I've put on weight. I've put on about 2 kgs. And I look at the number and I think, oh, Lauren, what's happening? But then I look at my body in the mirror and I can see the tone. I can see the muscle gain and I can see the work that I've put into my body and the effort I've made is showing through the workouts. And I think that's what's so important is to be able to look in the mirror and say, damn, you're working so hard to get the body that you deserve by fueling it correctly and doing the workouts and loving it, rather than letting a number on the floor dictate that for you. I don't know how you feel or how you experience that.
Yeah, no, I can relate. So when I was in the clinic, they did a weigh-in once a week, and we were not allowed to look at the scale whatsoever. It was purely to monitor you. But when I could start to, I lost a lot of weight there, you know, done the right way. When I could feel those changes in my clothes, I was happy with what I was seeing in the mirror. I don't weigh myself anymore. I mean, obviously for my sessions with my coach, yes, but that number doesn't really mean anything to me now. What's important is how I feel in my clothes. And when I look in that mirror, I'm like, damn, girl, you're on fire. You know, that's what's important, is how you're feeling inside, because it shines on the outside and everybody can see it, guys. Your self-confidence oozes when you are happy with what you're doing and when you're understanding the process. The scale, like Lowell says, she's absolutely right. It is there to monitor and just keep us in check, but it's a number on the floor. I've weighed myself 5 times in one day before. I weighed a different weight every single time. And in fact, I was the heaviest first thing in the morning on an empty tummy.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy. I did an experiment and I literally walked around the house with my scale and I put it on tiles, I put it on the wooden floor, I put it on a carpet, everywhere possible. And every time I either lost like a kg or I gained 3 kgs or 800 grams, it was all over the place. So it's not a true comparison or a true honest, I've lost my
reflection.
words. Thank you. That's why you're here.
It's not a true reflection of you and your journey.
Of you and your effort and your journey. And like, that's another thing, is it's not going to go. There are so many ups and downs with this journey. There's so many hurdles with this journey of acceptance. And I did a Jeff Ed on the acceptance is key, but it's accepting that your journey is your journey and you're not alone on the journey, but it's very true to your story and your own progress. You know, I can't measure my progress against Jess. Jess can't measure her progress against mine because we are 2 completely different human beings. We've been made differently. We eat differently. We move differently. Everything about us is different. Although we're not alone, our bodies are different. And that's also taken a massive kind of connection. Is it's not a quick fix. There's no quick fix. You've got to put in the effort. You've got to put in the work, and you've got to commit to changing your life and allowing the process to happen, rather than saying, I want this now, instant gratification. This needs to be done within 3 months, da 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 da. When you can't expect that of your body, and you can't expect that of a journey which is promoting healthy lifestyle and behavior changes. You can't click your fingers and everything goes.
I always want to say, if it's like you say, can't click your fingers. If it comes off too fast, guys, it's going to come back on faster. Trust me. Like that, that's not sustainable weight loss. You know, that's why those fad diets. And also, I mean, just do your research and, you know, find someone, a professional who knows what they're talking about. You know, you see so many different people telling about their journeys and this diet and that, and maybe it worked for them, but don't until you know, like, professionally what you're about to embark on. Just, there's so many dangerous tips and ideas out there. Don't mess with what you see, and like Laura said, don't compare yourself to someone else to suddenly drop 15 kilos in, I don't know, whatever the time frame is, because you don't know what they're actually doing behind the scenes. So rather than just copying someone or taking what random is said, do your research, ask us at Jeff or ask your doctor, make sure that you've got the actual information and that it's the right information.
Exactly. And I mean, there's so, unfortunately, the diet culture and all the craziness that's out there. Look, I'm not judging. Everyone has their own little way of doing things and their go-to. But there are so many dangerous, unhealthy ways of getting to your goals, of moving forward and promoting your own healthy lifestyle. For example, the cabbage soup diet. I mean, let's be honest, cabbage for what? 21 days. Yum. Sounds delicious. Sorry, you're drinking as well. Got you good. I love that. But there are so many bad diets out there that are so dangerous. They hurt your health more than anything else. And that's why professionals are out there. That's why Jeff's out there. That's why coaches are out there, to ask them the pertinent questions of, is this going to damage me more than it's going to help me? And I mean, there's obviously the mental aspect of, am I doing the right thing? Which I think a lot of us kind of switch that off because we want to see instant results. Yeah. So we do go to the quick fix diet or the quick fix potion or the quick fix powder, when in fact what you're putting into your body is not good and it's just doing more damage than anything else. You may drop 5 kgs in 10 days, but trust me, those 5 kgs will come back on the 11th day because you've eaten 16 carrot cakes because you've been missing them. Yeah.
Also, our bodies are wired for what we need to get through the day. Okay, so if we're not doing that, our bodies aren't working properly, which then means that everything is starting to stall. Your metabolism stops. Then it's like a domino effect, and you either end up getting sick or your stress levels then increase, which then increases a whole lot of other hormones, and then you actually stagnate your weight loss process anyway. So it backfires on you. So what, you know, also, I mean, what I love about Jeff is we don't cut out any food groups. And that to me is huge, because when people tell me they want to cut out carbs completely, I mean, it's so important. We need those carbs, guys, and your body needs them. It's scientifically, the way we are made is it's all works like a well-oiled machine when you're eating properly.
So I was on mute there. 100%. I think that's what's so amazing about just talking to myself. About learning the process of eating to fuel a workout, and knowing that the carbs are needed because that's where you get your energy to be able to do your jumping lunges, to go for your 5K run, to be able to do a full workout at 100%, where you know that you've pushed yourself and you've worked yourself, and afterwards you can sit there and you can be like, I smashed that workout and I'm so proud of myself and the body that I'm feeding to be able to do that workout. And I mean, I used to not eat carbs. I used to cut out everything, but I'm loving my carbs now. It's within the portion ranges. I'm not eating my loaves of bread every day. I mean, that would be a big problem. But it's fueling.
Portion control, guys. We as humans overeat. Like, what? Because I've just learned. I mean, someone asked me the other day, how do they know? So I suggested, personally, how I started to make it a little bit easier. What I would have dished on my plate back in the day, halve that and eat half. Don't go back for seconds. You know, it's not necessary. That's when your little greedy gut's coming in, thinking, oh, maybe that taste is going to be a little bit better than the last one. No, it's not. They all taste the same. Okay. So, portion control.
I love that. I love that. And I think I've still got that mentality of overeating because I know that I'm going to purge afterwards. It doesn't go away. And I've experienced this for the last 5 to almost 6 years now, is that thinking is still there, 100%. And it's something that I have to deal with on a daily basis because it's there. And I can't just erase it. Unfortunately, I wish I could. It would make life a whole lot easier. But it's learning to listen to my body when I'm full. That's when I know I need to stop eating because I can eat for days. It's the way I've done it in the past. But it's listening to your body cues and taking 5 minutes after you've finished your meal. And I promise you, everything kind of drops in.
Like you said, it doesn't go away. It's like you have to work on it every day. I still feel like that much larger girl plus 20 kilos that I was so many years ago. You know, so you consciously have to work on that so that your habits don't come back. Because if you slip and you suddenly find yourself 2 weeks time, you know, not being mindful of who you used to be and where you want to be, then those habits can easily come back. And guys, there's a difference between hunger and boredom. So if you're hungry, that hunger is going to be a pang throughout the day. If it just suddenly comes on and you're like, oh, I'm starving, it's probably boredom. So drink some water first, let it sit for about 20 minutes, wait. If you're still really hungry, then go and have a small handful of some nuts or fruit. And then only after then, if you are really hungry, then maybe, you know, then eat. But just don't go just on your gut feeling of, oh, suddenly I'm hungry. It's probably boredom, or you need to go for a walk, read a book, do something else, distract yourself. Don't only go to food when you think you're hungry, if that makes sense.
No, 100%. And also with my side of it is don't let yourself get too hungry. It's such a double-sided sword. But with me, I remember the hunger pains being a sense of accomplishment. And being able to say, okay, cool, well, I've missed breakfast. Let's try and miss lunch. So it's knowing that there are 3 meals in a day for a reason, to fuel your workouts, to fuel your body, macronutrients, micronutrients, vitamins, minerals, all of that good stuff to keep you functioning at the 100% and at the best that you possibly can. So skipping meals, no go. Have a protein shake. Have a banana, have some nuts, have some anything else. Never miss a meal. I understand that life happens, fully understand that, but food fuels you. Food fuels your body. Food fuels your workouts. It's so important to remember.
Guys, life happens, but if you know that you're busy, if you're going to have a day where you're not going to be able to sit down, this is where meal prep comes into play. The night before, pack your sacks in a Tupperware. Have things in your car or on you that you can go to so that you're not going to derail and miss a meal or say, well, I'm just driving past Mackie D's. Let me just go grab a Happy Meal. Do you know what I mean? So be smart about it too, because we can make all the excuses in the world. But if you actually are really serious, and if we got to care about ourselves. We've got to want to actually, you know, it's not only about what we want. We really have to look after ourselves. So meal prep is also really important when it comes to this. Knowing that you've got nuts on you, biltong, whatever it is, that you can go to, because otherwise, if you're in a panic, you're going to go for the quickest, tastiest, whatever's going to give you the most energy, and that's probably going to be something that's not really good for your progress.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, my go-to, if I'm peckish, is dried mango, because I get the sweet, and I get the goodness of mango. And then I'm not reaching out for the bars of chocolate. I can polish up a bar of chocolate in 5 seconds. There's no problem with that. But I don't need to be doing that every time I get a sweet little tooth or a sweet panging that I need to eat a whole bar of chocolate. Guys, I see that is 30 minutes up. I can't believe how quickly that has gone. But I think Jess and I will continue to be doing these Jeff Eds because this is so much fun. And I think it's such an important topic. And it's such an important conversation to have. So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Jess, thank you. That was absolutely incredible. And I think, yeah, we make this a
and guys,
very common occurrence.
Out if you're feeling that, if you're feeling that maybe you need someone to talk to about what's going on, reach out to us. This is what the coaches are for as well. You know, we're here. We understand what you're going through too. So yeah, please do. You know where we are. You can find us anywhere on social media. And yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Jess, thank you. I love that. Call me. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Hi team, Amy here.
Hi guys, I'm Dirty.
Hey guys, Adrian.
And Kate here.
All you legends, it's the Line here.
Hi everybody, Dom here.
Hey Jeff fam, it's your boy Coach Ed, and we are bringing you an exciting new challenge.
This is my first challenge with you guys. Well, technically my first own challenge. I'm so excited to be taking you guys through Strength 3.
Hello everybody, it's Seri here, and I'm so excited for my 21-day Rise Up in August challenge.
You're going to get exclusive workouts, fantastic nutritional plan,
The education sessions we're going to run as well. Also, the most amazing accountability groups.
And we're going to be doing it all together in this awesome community. So come and join us.
This is not the challenge to miss out on. I can't wait to see you guys there.
So excited to lead you all. Sign up now or you'll regret it.
It's going to be fire.
Hope you have a lovely day and I can't wait for you to join me.
Very excited, and I will see you guys there. Take care.